So put the ignition on. You see, it still goes to the last part. So I'm gonna go and play with it and see if it's gonna change. If it doesn't change, I'm gonna unsocket it from there and put the ignition on and see that I can be able to distinguish between the wiring harness and the gauge right there. So I'm not gonna put the ignition off this time. Like this. It will move, but I'm gonna go there and see. Okay, it's not quite moving. So I'm gonna disconnect the wire. Okay, over here. So this could be a problem with the wiring connector right here. Maybe it has some kind of bruise down there, because right now I've completely detached it from the sending unit. So for most of you who are watching this video right now, I know a lot of you guys who are Scotty's fans, subscribers, will quickly go and jump off and get another sending unit right there. But now, based on my diagnostics now and what you guys are following up and seeing right now, is this whole thing is apart right now. As it is, the ignition is still on, and I'm gonna show you without the camera blinking that nothing changed. It still stays up there. So now take a look at it. It's still up there even without the gauge connected. So now we know that it's a wiring problem. Now at this very point here, I'm gonna be taking my time to find out exactly where the wiring is shorted to the ground. Then I'm also gonna put the computer to it and clean up the error code and see if it's gonna come back there. If it comes back there, then I'm gonna find where the wiring is shorted to the ground, and maybe there is a loss of communication right there, maybe between here, the gauge, and the wiring circuit right there. I'm gonna test out the power that goes to the sending unit right there. I'm not talking about the fuel pump. Then see if it's gonna get any power right there. If it doesn't supply power, then it means that is where the problem is. I'm also gonna check the fuel gauge. So if you're gonna be here, welcome. I'm gonna be getting my this thing back on the tripod and get my multimeter back on and start taking the measurement. But as it is right now, okay, there is an improvement. It just dropped a little bit peep. So let me go and wipe out the error code and see what happens first. Okay, right here, I think we found our culprit right there. You can see that the fuel gauge is no more rising again. So without even going to take a measurement of the sending unit, I can be able to confirm the wiring harness is intact and very good. So I'm gonna call this a very good fix. I'm gonna be right now, I know definitely it's gonna be replacing that sending unit right there, because that is what is bad. So with this not giving any more readings like it used to, go to up to the half tank, because everything is pretty much disconnected as it is right now. So that is a level where it's supposed to be if it is not connected. So I'm gonna go ahead and test the sending unit and see if it matches what the manufacturer specification specified under this normal condition, its operating condition. And if you fall below that threshold, then I know that definitely you need a replacement. So let's go to, okay, right here you can see I've got my digital voltmeter on. So I'm gonna be using it to test the sending unit and see what happens, and see if it's shorted or if it's bad. But in most cases, I think it's either it's not having any good contact, firm contact, or it's completely failed. But either ways, I'm gonna be using this multimeter to find out. So I'm gonna be taking it to ohm readings right there. Then grab this up and disconnect the pin from here. Oh, come on. Come outside, buddy. Come on. We got a chat, man. Got a chat. We need to talk. Okay, now we're talking. Okay, so the blue lines here, this is actually good for alligator clips. The first thing I want to check here is to check if there is a play here that doesn't allow these two terminals here to touch each other. And if there is a play, then it means I'm going to adjust it. So the first thing I'm going to be doing here right now is to, okay, my connector can get between here. It's stuck right in there and here. Okay, and you can see it right there. It's reading 900 and what ohms. Can someone help me out with that? So I want this thing to get really stuck before I start going off for my adventures. Okay, come on buddy, don't play with me. I don't like that expensive joke. Okay, so right now I'm gonna be using this hand to play with it, and let's see the reading. Okay, maybe we should keep the voltmeter somewhere there. Then we play with it. Let's see, it's dropping, it's reading. So what happened? So let me shift it up a little bit. So what really happened? I think he jumped into, see it right there, he jumped into no reading. You see right there, it's not supposed to be like that. Okay, let me, okay, so pretty much I think what is happening here can be, it might not be that this thing is bad, it just need a retentioning. So how do you do that retentioning? I'm still going to step in there to show you how it's done. So right now that we've confirmed that this is working, you can see it. That's 230 ohms right there. So 230.1. So here, so it works fine. I think this works fine. So, and since I'm probing it from these two places, so if suppose there is a problem with the wiring connector right there, it should be able to show up. And if suppose this thing is not sending information to the cluster gauge, then the cluster gauge should be completely flat like you guys saw it when I disconnected it completely right here. So right now I'm going to be disconnecting it because I've tested it and it's working. Then I'm going to check out this and retention it. And to retention it, you're going to be needing something like this. So all you need to do is I have two magic tricks I do in this kind of situation, and I'm gonna keep it to them. First of all, I think this thing is going off course, but I'm gonna set it right. If you look at it very well, it diverted a little bit to this side. So what I'm gonna be doing right now is I'm gonna take this pin out. So I'm gonna remove it and do it all over again. Then it should be, the contact should be firm. Then I need to test it again. Then I have to do that. I think I need to apply this very place here to let it out. Normally it's supposed to be out from here. Okay, you can see it right there. Put it back here. So okay, now I gotta pull this up and put it out of the way. And now we can take this one out. It's supposed to come out. It's supposed to come out. It's supposed to come out. Okay, you gotta wind it back a little bit. If you leave it up here, it will not come out. All right, so you gotta wind it all the way back here before you can lift it out. Now we can work on this one here. So on this one here, what really happened, I don't think it's like that is exactly how the manufacturers have done it. So what we'll be needing to do here is to tell this guy here to close its mouth. It talks too much. And but this thing shakes. It's not good if it shakes. It shakes. So I'm gonna be getting a glue to get it back in place to hold it firm. Or I will need to find a solder iron and head it back in place so it stays like this. That is how it's supposed to work. I think that is the main problem that is making it not to have enough contact right there, because if it's slipping down, then it won't work well. It won't make a nice contact, but if it's up like this, then it's gonna work. So guys, I'm gonna pause this video and go and get it done. When I'm done, I'm gonna come back right here and show you what I got. Okay, on the other hand, you can still simply, the play is not too much, so you can still simply grab it like this. Be gentle. For most of you who have a stiff hands, you can see how I shifted out different from the other one right there. So you shift the other one the same way, tension it backwards so you can be able to make the right contact in the circuit board. And that is all the repairs for this kind of thing. If it has some sort of a debris right there or any mess up, then you can correct it. So right now as it is, it's gonna be, no matter how the gauge bounce up, it's still gonna be making the right contact right there. So I think this one here is a little bit shifted. So I'm gonna align them back. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. Okay, that's a nice one right there. Okay guys, so we're gonna be coupling it up, and remember the orientation. Gonna first clean this up if you have to. Look for it if suppose there is any broken thing right there. There is no broken thing. So here you're gonna get it all the way back here. You see it right there. This is where it gets a little bit tricky, but it's not hard. The two of them has to go in. This one has to go in first, and I'm coming. And it's in. So like this, there will be no more play inside it to get it back. Then we can get this one from here and slot it right in that hole there and push it to lock, and we're done. Okay, so this time what I'm gonna be doing right now is, if I put it back, the car should work fine. If it doesn't work fine, then pretty much it's gonna be to replace it, but everything's supposed to work fine now. So let's still test it again to confirm what we've done. Test it to confirm. Okay, it's 300, so which means it can either be full or half. Okay, that's 400 ohms right there. Okay, it works. So I'm shifting it. I think there is some miscommunication right there. Can you see that? So this thing here is 40. Look at it. It jumped all the way from 0.6 ohms to 500 just within few bars. Can you see that? And it goes to 0 just within that place. I think that is where the problem is. So this thing here is 40. It needs a replacement. And this second test here has confirmed it. So now after doing that, I think you have to put the whole thing back in place. And since we've discovered that this is where the problem is with that code then this is the solution. So you gotta be replacing this. If you have this board, you can find it within the junkyard, so you don't spend money buying the whole circuit, because they're not gonna sell it differently. Okay guys, now that you know how to troubleshoot a bad gauge with a Mercedes ML500, do subscribe to my channel. I'll share with your friends, and I gotta catch you guys later. It's Dr. Quoto Fix. Bye for now.